We're going to start off by talking about the buttons that you see on your phone while it's at rest. If you notice on your screen, it has a DN number. This phone has 3008. This is the extension number for this phone and will be displayed at all times on your phone. The bottom left-hand corner, there's a green button. That's your hands-free button, also known as a speakerphone button. Above that button is the mute button. This button is used to mute to the other callers your voice or anything happening in your office, but still allows you to hear the call that's in progress, which is very useful for conference calls. You have a volume bar, volume up and volume down. This turns up the volume of the speakerphone when it's in use, or turns the speakerphone down. The level that you leave it at will be the level it stays at all times. If you need to turn the volume up in your handset, you pick your handset up, put it up to your ear, press your volume up, volume down, and that'll change the volume of the caller in your ear. To place a call on these phones, you can do three options. One, you can pick the receiver up and dial 4 digits. Or two, you can press your hands-free button and then dial the 4-digit extension that you need to dial. You can also use your intercom button, which is located at the top right of your phone, which is labeled IC3008. That means intercom 3008. You press this button, you get dial tone, you can dial out to wherever you need to dial, internal or external. Anytime you need to hang up the speakerphone, you have a goodbye button located right here on the yellow button. Press goodbye and it hangs it up. All of your phone calls will come in on this first intercom button. If you should get a second call, it'll roll into your second button. Anytime you need to answer a phone call, you can use three options. You can pick the receiver up, you can press your hands-free button to answer the call, or you can press your line button to answer the call. If you look at the programmed buttons at the top, this button says Group Pickup. What that does is that allows you to pick up any call that's coming in to the group of phones that we assign. For example, if you're a secretary and another secretary's phone is ringing and you want to pick that call up, you just simply press your Group Pickup button and it'll answer that phone call that's ringing on her desk. We can set up multiple pickup groups for multiple sections, such as family support or protection and permanency. After you've answered a call, you can put the call on call park, which is a hold feature that will hold the call and allow anyone to pick up the call from any phone in the office. To do that, when you answer a call, you press call park. It gives you a code of 101 that lets you know that call parked on extension 101. At that point, the person who needs to get the call can go to any phone in the office, dial 101, and retrieve that call. Call park is a great feature used instead of hold because you can call park a call and still free up your phone to receive more calls. If you need to place a call on hold, get you a line, make the call, press the hold button. At that point, it holds the call on your first line button. To retrieve that call back, you press the line button again, you get the call back. Transferring a call, when the phone is at rest, there's no transfer button. The only time you will see transfer is when you get a line to call out. Transfer shows up above the last button on your phone, above the screen. You would press the transfer button. It says transfer to. It puts the original call on hold. Then at that point, you can transfer it to where it needs to go. You hear it ringing, you hit join, now the call is transferred. There's two ways you can transfer calls. One is you can hit transfer, dial the 4 digits, and hit join, and the call's sent. Or you can hit transfer, dial the extension, wait for them to answer, to screen the call. If they can accept the call, then you hit join, and both parties are connected. If you want to make a conference call, make your first call. You have a conference button located on the left side of your arrow pad. You press conference. It says make second call on the screen. At that point, it gives you another dial tone. At this time, you dial your next number you need to call. Once they're connected, you hit conference a second time, and that joins all 3 parties. You have paging buttons. The first button at the top says page all zones. What that does is if you pick your receiver up, press that button, it will page every intercom in the office so you can make an announcement, whether it be an emergency or trying to locate a worker. We also have paging zone buttons, paging zone 1, paging zone 2, that we can program where we can divide up the paging. So if you're a family support worker and you need to find a family support person, you can just hit the page zone 1, which is reserved for family support, and only the family support extensions will get the page. And if you want to put PMP on page zone 2, you press page zone 2. At that point, only PMP extensions will get the page. The top right, we have a transfer VMail, which is labeled by XFER VMail. That stands for transfer to voicemail box. Anytime that you need to transfer a call directly to someone's mailbox and bypass ringing their phone, you can just press transfer to mailbox, dial their 4-digit extension, and it'll send it to their mailbox. If you need to do a voice call, you can press this button, dial their extension, and it'll open up their speakerphone in their office without ringing their phone.